are fucking live.
Here.
Yes.
With Wavy, Cunningham, and DJ Mercy.
Here.
Thank you guys for coming down.
Fight back. Fight back. Fight back.
And I believe we are broadcasting live on YouTube.
Yes, we are. Good.
How are we doing, all of our live listeners out there?
We can't hear them, so we don't know.
Are there listeners right now at all?
Hell yeah.
There's a bunch.
I have a direct feed into my.
We're doing better now.
There are so many. How many donations you got so far?
We got 0 donations.
I'm saying, like, we just got a $10,000 donation.
We got a sponsor from
$500 donation right over here.
Starbucks sponsored.
Starbucks
DJ
just sponsored us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sponsored. Well, I have
We're sponsored by
Starbucks.
Starbucks and Monster.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know where the mic is, or else I would show it off.
Supposedly, this is sponsored by Starbucks.
That's right. How we doing, Starbucks? If you're out there listening, throw us some cash.
Starbucks needs a nice podcast on their payroll.
Yeah. Honestly,
really
I think they're okay. I think they'll make it.
I don't know.
But we could use their money
No, I
to
think
have
they're-
it sponsor us.
I think they're struggling because COVID. People aren't buying coffee.
Yeah,
Right?
people have stopped
Really?
listening.
I've been buying Starbucks coffee because of COVID.
Really?
Double the amount, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I
You hear
I
that,
bought my
Starbucks?
first
Pay
Starbucks
the man.
coffee during COVID. Yes, in a long time.
We got Sarah on the horn.
Oh, I
Hi,
am.
Sarah.
What's up, Sarah?
What's up, Sarah?
Yeah, I am. For the record, too, I'm drinking Maxwell House coffee out of the Starbucks mug. So
Props to Maxwell.
you guys can throw us some money too, Maxwell House.
Yeah, allegedly, we were sponsored by Maxwell.
Allegedly. We were talking about that before we came on. You can't get in trouble as long as you say alleged before anything that you say. And I don't even know if that's true. That could be totally false. But anyway.
So let's get started here. How did you guys find each other? What was the first track? How did it all get started?
Oh, I was doing a show at Paulie's Hotel. I think it was beginning of 2017, and DJ Mercy was kind of hosting it, DJing between acts and stuff. So we ended up linking. He was playing some vibes, so I was like, "Yo, we should link." It was game over from there. When we linked, we pretty much had the first 3 or 4 tracks to our first album done.
What year was this?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah, January 2017. So it was brand new year. I didn't even know if I wanted to DJ or produce. I was starting to make some weird tracks, getting into some modular synthesis, and then down a random hip hop gig, and checked out his set, dug the set, and sent him a text.
It's history from there.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Now, do you have? Is there any way that we could queue up the first piece that you guys worked on together?
Oh
Sorry,
yeah, if you
yeah.
go on SoundCloud, I could even pull it up on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, what was the first song you guys did that that you knew all right, this is gonna be good shit. We gotta start making more of these.
Yeah, I actually, right before Wavy came to my place, I'm like, all right, because I never really produced hip hop music before. I mostly produced bands. I'm in a drummer in a funk band. So right before Wavy came, I really quick, came up with a few beats. Showed them to Wavy. He's like, all right, I dig them, but I actually have an idea for a whole album right now. So he lays out in front of me his blueprint for he's like, this is the blueprint for my next album. I just need the beats for it.
And now, were you what the fuck? This is the most motivated man ever.
Yeah. No, it's definitely because I've been in the music industry for a while. I'm almost 10 years older than Wavy. So I've worked with a ton of musicians before, and sometimes you jam with somebody and right off the bat, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But with Wavy coming right direct, I have an album planned. That's
Yeah.
all right, I want to work, someone like
Yeah.
you. So we just
That's
got to work from, I'm like, you want to do this blueprint. I'm going to help you make it happen, and I'm gonna like add the DJ Mercy funk on it.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good too. It's one reason me and him get along so well is because of our work ethic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, always know what they're looking for in a sound, and like that's why Jimmy Page is one of the best like guitarists ever, is because he goes in and like has a specific sound and knows like where he's going with it and what he
Yeah.
wants to do and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely how we approach most of the albums so far. We meet up and then we just like talk about music, listen to some music, and then we're like, okay, now what kind of music do we want to make right now? And Wavy will tell me a vibe, pick a tempo, and just we'll start jamming. I'll play a few chords. Wavy will give me like the nod, yes or no.
Pretty much.
And the no, in the nose, I love it because Wavy, from the beginning, we've been just like super honest with each other
Yeah.
about just like what's working, what's
Nice.
not working. So, if it's not working, we just switch it up really quick.
Which, by the way, we should shout out Club Wavy out now. Go and get it wherever you get your music.
Yeah,
thank you,
Spotify
thank you.
and everything.
Thank you.
Killer album
Appreciate it.
for sure.
Yeah. 5 different producers on there. We got M-Pro, Phil Dreisen, Frank Finesse, and Hayuka on the first beat. I'm Good, the album opener.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music video that you guys dropped is awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
so
yeah.
great. Where did
So
you
my
shoot-
boys, we shot that out in Wyndham. It's out in like county, just out in the
Okay.
mountains. Yeah, we just had a vision. We just wanted to shoot the video, just keep it mad wholesome, but still smoke weed the whole time.
It
just,
did. It seemed
So,
like mad chill.
it's
out
like,
there.
what can we do social distancing wise right now that would be like pop off?
Whose house was that?
I don't know if you know Dino DeVaros is his grandparents' ranch.
Okay.
And
Because like my first vibe, I was just like, yo, they're really out here tricking Jossie into.
that was the joke. That was the joke the entire time they were filming the video. It's like, we're not even shooting the video for you. I just wanted you to take care of
Yo.
yourself.
When you were chipping the paint and shit, I was like, he's going in.
Oh my god, yeah. I was expecting some memes to come out of this video for sure, especially me just like exhaling big clouds of smoke like on the lawnmower and shit.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is I was like, that is maybe one of the first rappers I've ever seen to utilize a riding lawnmower in a music video.
do it so well.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, it was
So
cool.
funny though.
Yeah, it's the most fun I've had shooting a music video.
Dude, that was also like the production of that music video was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I've been talking to them. We gotta follow it up soon, so we'll keep you posted.
nice.
Doing big things.
You definitely got a good
Yeah.
team, like with what you're doing as far as like production and sound quality and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. The week before Cold Wavy come out, DJ Mercy released Fight Back, and it's our like most highest production quality project to date. We had all the stems to the beats mixed and mastered, the vocals re-recorded. We were about to just release it as is, just the demos, but it deserved that full like studio treatment. So we did.
Right.
We got it together super quick and released it right before I was planning on releasing the album.
That's awesome. Now, do you have the first track that you guys did queued up, ready to go?
Yeah. This is the first track. I think it was Sunrays, right? Because it kind of like went in order.
We
with
definitely went in order.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, it just froze on me.
Stand by.
Technical wavy difficulties here.
Yeah, because this is definitely Club Wavy. I love the album Club Wavy personally because this is Wavy Cunningham in his 100% element as the DJ. So it's Club Wavy, DJ Club Wavy Cunningham. Wavy picked out all these beats from emails from all over the planet and like assembled the playlist, just like notebook, switching tunes, and just also growing as the pandemic hit, adding a few more tracks. But
Yeah, it was supposed to be a short album. Like that shit was supposed to be like 6 tracks. And
So-
then like things kept happening. I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well make it like a complete vibe, like together, like really dope in the end. Like,
Yeah, so Welcome to the Wave is definitely the first. It is the first me and Wavy collaboration. Yeah, let's give it to him.
this shit.
Fuck us up.
You already know who it is. Back up in the motherfucking booth.
Well, my game. Good deal with my game, Jack. You're out, man.
It's already.
Got my nigga DJ Mercy with me this time around.
It's like the perfect introduction to like just like us in general, you know, like our
Love
music style.
art, music, movies.
I'm just trying to maintain in hometown. Tell them if they didn't know, then they know now. Everybody trying to get me to slow down. Pedal to the metal, spinning out of control now. I'm just trying to maintain in my hometown. I'm just trying to maintain in my hometown.
And I'm just freestyling on the beat, just like adding hi-hats I
I'm just trying to
found,
maintain
random
where I
parts of
come
the
from.
internet.
Got a job around here, don't get caught out one. Cause you already know the outcome when there's no income. What you really bout, son? My thing is, I really like expensive watches. Gotta make sure my rhymes cover extensive topics. Wavy tropic. Don't live life by how the clock tick. Hop in the cockpit, dip out the spot quick. Stop where there's multiple options. For hot bitches chilling and they think that they hot shit. And all them bitches tripping cause they think that we pop whipping and sauce dripping and 4-car dipping.
Big up the engineer on this record.
DJ J Green, Money Talk.
DJ J Green, all those cuts, all those fancy cuts.
Legend.
DJ J Green doing his magic. So yeah, this was our first record, but
This was the first one you guys put together?
yeah.
Wow, that's fire for your first one. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, when we released this shit, we actually performed it live on WCBB, live on the radio, the entire album.
That one's up on the Bandcamp right now. WavyMercy.bandcamp.com.
I remember when you did that live broadcast. Yeah, listen to that. That was sick.
Yeah, it's all live on the Bandcamp. Yeah, the entire performance. Yeah,
That
and
was
a couple bonus tracks.
Was that like up in Saratoga that you did that?
No, that was before that. We did that in Albany.
Oh,
At
okay,
U-Albany,
okay.
yeah.
She said, you the real deal, and it's plain to see. She said, you don't look like the mother lame to me. And I bet you I can make her say my name. Over and over again, you know I'm in it to
Yeah,
win.
Jay Green with
I
the
know where
vocal
I'm
cuts
going
and the
because I
beat
know where
cuts.
I've
Yeah.
been. These lames know that it's over
Absolute
before
legend.
it even begins. The sun shining on a nigga, blowing trees in the wind. Blowing trees in the wind. And that's all I gotta say about my hometown. That's all I gotta say about my hometown.
Yeah, we definitely put our art in his hands for the first, just because
I'm
he's
near Ontario.
he's
at
got
Jake's crib,
way
pouring
larger than
rounds.
life, plans and
Yeah, they
ideas.
cheating in beer
And
pong.
for
They
me,
about
I'm
to
pretty
get a
humble with
beat
my,
down.
my little beats, so I'm pretty much hand them off to him, and he'll like elevate it. So
Summer's just getting started, so we turning up the heat now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like Jay Green's like
I fell in love with her.
he's like an artist in himself.
now.
You know what I mean?
She
Like
got
cutting and chopping things up. He's got like a different
She got a wait
here. He
till
just
next
adds
week now.
that like different elements. So like all of our shit. Is it okay if I go into the next one?
Absolutely.
All right. This next one is a Fila Kuti sample.
okay,
Yeah, this is the second one we made. Look, this album pretty much goes in chronological order.
so I guess this would be like the first like real collaboration where I pull out a vinyl, because I've been DJing.
When you command the respect, these niggas
I've been DJing for like 10
'cause they
years
got
now.
their own rep to protect.
So
But I hold the mic
I've got
like the
crates and
iron
crates
when
and
you press
crates of
on the
vinyl.
set. You think
So I
won't
pulled
leave
out this
you
Fela
stinking for a
Kuti
check? Hey,
vinyl that I
what
thought
was you
Wavy would
thinking? Did you forget I came out of love field?
put on.
Vet, they think.
Wavy mess
No
with
idea
it.
how you
So it was like right then, I start chopping the beat, and Wavy just started writing.
Ammunition for competition. I've seen the vision. I'm on a mission. I'm giving them bars like a sentence.
What's
Cali
like
prison
the,
minus the snitching. I
there's-
got my niggas. We all dodging the box. My
When you're
nigga.
going to pick
Dodging
a
the
track
box, my
that you're gonna
niggas.
sample,
Or end up getting clocked. And
are
we'll put
there
you in a
like
box
tracks
like
that
a
are
watch,
off
my
limits?
nigga. Not even a
Ones
rollie.
that
One of
have
them
been-
time
nothing's off the
shit.
table.
Let these niggas
I love
feel
that.
the force from every mic.
Nothing. We cover like we both like listen to pretty much every genre. So like nothing's off the table. We could just like take that vibe hip hop
These
to it.
niggas ass.
Yeah.
And you know, Wavy Mercy got that mask.
Like this, like we just slowed it down.
Not
And
even
it's
the
just like,
rollie,
all right,
one of
bet.
them Timex
We're doing
shits.
some old
Like these
school
niggas
hip
feel the
hop
force and
fucking
every mic
vibes.
got ripped. The
Fucking
sip.
wave.
Obi-Wan Kenobi with the shit. When I spit this shit,
I'm learning the
360
technology in
with
real
the wrist.
time,
When they
how to
hit me with a
stretch-
diss, it ain't
how to
sounding
stretch
like
the
this. I
sample
don't
to lock
slip the
in.
storm. Roll up and get lit.
I'm also bringing in like my
Maybe a little
I'm a drummer first.
I ain't from
I've
the
been
go,
playing
so I
drums
ball
since
like
I've been like
Arkansas. I
11
need
years
money,
old.
weed, bitches,
So I've already got the
Adderall.
feel
On
of
top
the-
Wavy for your prescription. I'm
the
on
time
call.
signatures.
Finish cash with my niggas, so we
Some
all
people,
ball. Hope
you
I'm
know,
rich as
I
Kanye
can
when
kind
it
of
all
naturally
falls
feel
down. I'ma
if it's
blow
like
this cash
sample
till it
worthy
all
or not.
falls down. Benji's on the ground, these hoes
But
pick 'em up.
still, there's
I could
a
rebel
lot
at
of
the bar. They
tracks
know I'm sick
where
enough to rip
that
them ditches
weren't
up to get
sample worthy
another
to
one
me.
across the street. Ain't
That
flexing,
Wavy
but these other
heard.
rappers still look good. They
That
retreat
I
like fools up the
then
street when
had
that
to
white
like
blue caddies on
learn,
the
like
creek.
relearn, and yeah, make it work. So definitely learning and growing. Every song, every album is like a new like level up.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when you're coming out with an album, is there like a certain pace you're trying to always go? 'Cause it feels like you put something about an album out every year or so. Now, is that something that you have planned, or is that just like you only got one kind of gear and it's always just go 100%? Like,
It's this combination of the two. I only have one gear, you know. Whenever the like project's done, like Club Wavy is probably like the first album that I've sat on for some like quite some time. Because like think about it, the last podcast we did, when was that? Like
That was in like June.
yeah, like Club Wavy was done then. You know what I mean? Like I think All We Need Was Love. Yeah, that was the last track, and that was recorded then. So I was thinking maybe like if I got lucky, record like one more track, but like at the end of the day, I didn't want to detract from the vibe that I like already created. You know what I mean?
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, do you guys ever make a song and then you like decide not to put it on the album just because it doesn't necessarily fit the vibe of that album?
Yeah, it's rare, but yeah, like, but we have so much like we kind of like just like organize it by like vibes. You know what I mean? Like think about our next album, I'm Reloaded. It's like pretty much part one and part two, and like part one we were like kind of like fucking with right now, and then part two is like it's got us older. Then we have the album after that, another 12 tracks like all planned out, and like just Lucy's from there. From like every project that we've done, we got like Lucy's from like every project we do pretty much.
Yeah, we definitely for the past 3 years, you know, we've definitely stockpiled a lot of songs, and I mean, it's not rare. Take a song off the album, and we've got folders and folders of songs that definitely have not made albums. We've got albums that haven't been released, but every project is from start to finish is meaningful. I mean, a lot of artists release single tracks, you know, randomly. We each project is full, you know, from start to finish, and everything in there is definitely thought out. That's how we're able to release so many albums, because when we stick to like a storyline, we like stick with it and we finish it. Yeah, and then if a track doesn't fit the storyline, then all right, this might fit on a different album.
now, how many? You said that you got Lucy's from every album. How many are we talking are out there unreleased tracks? Is this going to be like posthumous?
Yeah, I definitely. My girlfriend has the password to my hard drive.
All right.
So if something happens,
It's not going to be like that case with the Bitcoin or whatever on that guy's wallet.
no. If I perish suddenly, you guys have been blessed with like hundreds of tracks.
Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, but think about like the art of war. Like we were like I don't think how many tracks we took. Maybe one track off of that.
Yeah.
I wrote that album on vacation, just in Denver, like 2018.
Damn.
Yeah, just wrote it like the entire thing. And it's the first time where like I wrote all the tracks at once, and like I had all the samples picked out like ahead of time, and just like I would bounce between tracks so shit wouldn't get stale. So I'd work on like literally the whole thing at once. And, like every time I would get the chorus down for each track, and then like maybe start the verse and then bounce to the next track. Like I already have the verse.
We got Paul Alexanian said, "Wavy popped my cousin on Fifth Ave. I'm still looking for you, motherfucker."
Tell
And we're
him you
looking
know
for
where
you
I'm
too.
at. I ain't hiding from you.
Said he ain't hiding, Paul.
I ain't hiding from you, slime.
But so I guess when do you know? Like, when do you know when to stop? Like, when you have like.
Oh, we definitely have like we definitely have like a stern conversation with each other.
Go
It's all
through,
like
a panel, or is it votes? Like, how do you know
well,
when a
no,
track
it's,
is done?
at the end of the day, it's wavy. It's like Wavy Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the decision. But like if we've got like if like the track list, comes around like 10 or 11, 12, we like start to like talk to each other. Like, what do you think? What do you think? One or two?
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
there. And then it's logistics of going into a studio and recording, recording the master vocals. So then you can't really if we want to have a really long album, we're going to have to save up to go to the studio to record the vocals for a really long album.
So-
exactly.
How often do you go to a studio? Actually,
Studio, just whenever like we're solid like on the tracks, you know what I mean? Just so we don't waste time, you know.
so okay, when you book, it's like it's by the hour. I think,
Yeah.
right? And now is that with like a producer in there? Or
Yeah.
You gotta okay. And then hold on. Sorry, Paul just goes. You in my old bedroom, you really not hiding.
Exactly.
Very true.
The sample right
Not
now is
hard
really
to
good.
find. Yeah.
But that's the dude who made the it's like Dream Wave. It's like the style of music
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
that
It's an older sample. Yeah.
yeah, the guy who made that, he's interesting dude. I forget what his name is, but I was watching this whole video and it goes it gets like super intricate, like what happened with this guy, and he started like this whole genre of music called like Dream Wave. That's
Yeah.
basically like what it's
Yeah, I heard it in a Currency song, and then I heard the Dreamwave version. But we took the actual sample. It was a Diana
The
Ross
Dream-
song. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
See,
I
he
think
didn't
we were
even-
talking about that one.
Right.
day,
That
yeah.
guy didn't even create this.
Yeah, exactly. It's an old Diana Ross song that slowed all the way down. I think it's Your Move or Make Your Move or something like that. But yeah,
It's crazy how
And I add
shit
a
like
bunch of
goes
shit
down
to
the
it to
line.
make it like sound like a little degraded
yeah.
too. And then we got
No.
And then we got Brittany on the track here. So Brittany is our secret weapon. She's a local jazz singer, and she pretty much only records for Wavy Mercy. And yeah, she's amazing.
It very
Her
much
voice goes
fits.
really
Super
good with this
exclusive.
track.
So one thing we were talking about before we got here was the use of samples, which we've obviously delved into that kind of in the past few minutes. What is some of the most iconic either songs with samples in them that you guys can think of that really influence you, or samples for songs that are like famous and out there?
Vice versa. Like I try not to waste people's time. If I sample, like I've done Bob Marley,
Mhm.
done Marvin Gaye. Hold on, I'm just queuing up the next song.
Yeah, like I pulled up one of the a list of like the top 10 most iconic samples in like hip hop songs and stuff, and brought up like the next episode uses a The Edge by David McCallum, or It Was a Good Day.
Yeah, The
uses the
Edge.
Isley Brothers.
Yeah, we've done some Isley Brothers.
Everybody uses Funky Drummer.
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg's got a good song that he samples. This is for the hoes, and this is for the hustlers, this is for the hustlers. Now back to the G's. What's that song? G's and I forget, but it's
This is the
the
cool
Habbo
thing.
Gabbo
Yeah.
Trippin's the song.
This is the thing I wanted to get into. If you want to turn this song up, like ever since really the Art of War, like Mercy's been delving into just like making beats like no samples. You know what I mean? Just like straight up like just pure like work. You know, like all him. And it's cool because like I'll go over, he'll like either have the beat made or he'll know like what he wants for the beat, and I'll just start writing like immediately. It's like kind of like second nature at this point, you know.
Right.
So
I've been taking a break lately, you know.
Yeah.
But
But the
have time to
Fight
relax.
Back definitely came from like we partied for one night, and then the next morning woke up, got some Mannery's pancakes, ate those, watched a whole movie, like anime movie, got super stoned, and then after that, I was like, "You want to make a beat?" and then like that turned into it. So it's like definitely once I like you got to get the mind right, but we definitely like are consistent enough that yeah, we just need to hang out for like a few weekends to like knock out some pretty good music.
Yeah, everybody works differently creatively. Some people need to kind of let it rest for a little bit and like, you know, let the ideas form in their head and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people just can't stop making.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely needed since the lockdown, I definitely needed the inspiration to create again. Because from the lockdown, it's just like, all right, like what is even like? There's no clubs, you can't go, you know. And
It's hard to get inspired, probably. Like, you know, just being
definitely
stuck in the house
like
all the
what,
time.
like what is even music? What do you know? It's like, but then after a few months of that, it's like you gotta take what you know,
Set your sights, you know.
take the vibes up.
Adapt and like innovate.
Yeah, right. It's like, what are you gonna do? Just like let that be the end of everything?
Take lemons
Let that
and make
stop
some
you?
lemonade.
Yeah, it's just like chilling with Wavy, listening to like some classic records, and we're like, all right, yeah, music actually really does matter a whole lot.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
time to get in the studio. So
Like I think this record right here, like pretty much captures the full like mood and emotion of like the full culmination of quarantine and just everything going on, just like
I feel
all these
that.
protests. This next song right here, for sure.
Need to get away for a while, low profile, no expectations.
big up
You ain't been the
Eno
same for a
Soul
while. I think
on
they
guitar
switched
on this
up your
one.
medications.
He hits me up and he's like, bro, I got this new Marshall rig. It's like super loud and amazing. He's like, that's the loudest rig ever. You can crank this and you can like hear it from like miles. And I went over to his place and I'm like, play some Prince on it.
That's facts.
Need to get away for a while. I've been in the spot, like getting too fade. I don't give a fuck about social
Yeah, so
media.
now my
I don't
idea of
even
like
look
sampling
a
is like sampling
But
my
if you
friends
ask
like on
about
guitar.
Wavy,
Yeah.
So the guitar riff, the 8-bar guitar riff is actually 3 riffs that he did. And I just panned them left and right. There's also like a solo over the top. So this is all like chopped up. This is like chopped up Eno Soul is the sample.
Wavy in the VIP with the backwood.
Sarah said, ready for these two to be on a tiny desk.
Wait, what you said?
Said, ready for you two to be on a tiny desk.
Behind the desk right now.
This is the tiniest desk.
You can't fit those. You can't even fit one more person in this room.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, because I came up through like a real experimental music scene. So I'm used to seeing DJs sample like footsteps and like the wind on like 2 turntables and like tape decks and stuff. So that's kind of, I bring that to like the New York hip hop feel, which kind of makes them a little unique sound.
Yeah, you did a really good job of like, it really features both the guitar and the vocals and the lyrics right here. Like, they really stand out.
Shout out to Mostly making us sound crispy.
Oh yeah, mostly was the one who mixed it all.
This is what we were talking about. Like this is the first time like we had the stem to the beat mixed to the studio as well as like the vocals. So it just like makes everything pop and just like nothing's louder than something else. You know, it's all perfect.
Yeah, I really like every project I've been handing off to engineers to definitely tweak the sound at the end. Because at this, like, by the time I'm hearing this song right now, this is like the 1000th time
Yeah.
I've heard this song. You know,
That's about like with musicians, like how do they like, you know, you play your songs like so much, like how do you, it's hard not to get like sick of it, you know what I mean? Like just for the fact that you're like playing it so many times, like you know,
I do.
gotta be like a trick to that.
I do it like I have so much, so it's fun for me. So I'm just
Right.
always listening to different shit, especially when it's like showtime or like I know I'm about to do a show. I like try to like listen to like just songs of the playlist or like remember.
Hype you up on it. And,
Yeah, not
right.
even, yeah, not even just hype, both to hype me up and like to like remember with myself. It's cool.
And it's like, even though it's your like millionth time, like hearing that and performing it, it's like someone's first time hearing it and listen. So see that like when you're, you know, looking at them down there, they're like digging it, you know, you're like, all right.
Before the shit got crazy with the COVID, we were going down the city, and I actually got to see, you know, Wavy get ready for a show before, and it was just like, yo, I need the aux. Like, it was just like he would just like play and like just run through, and I actually like stole like that technique from him. So like now if like comedy ever happens again, like I'm listening to my own stuff over and over again so that I can actually like remember it.
Right.
And, like it was crazy to see, and like it was definitely awesome. I can't wait till we can do that again.
Yeah, so
You know,
come, I'll be ready.
Sans the ticket. I got a gnarly ticket. I still haven't paid.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah. But no.
Fucking ticket, bro. COVID, bro.
Yeah.
How come you got a ticket?
Just I parked on the wrong side of the street, like in front of the venue, and I like came out like after. I was like, no, like just
At least
like,
they didn't tow it.
yeah, at least they didn't know it. Everybody got back. We were good.
You should send in the ticket and then write that as the quote under the comments section. Fuck a ticket, bro. COVID, bro.
Yeah, this was like February though.
The judge will probably be like,
Get that
okay, I
shit
get it.
waived.
I know. So yeah, since lockdown, we've had to start thinking about being more creative, even more creative than
Right.
before. So like I learned how to do iMovie, like clip little commercials together, like every high schooler can do right now, like with no
Yeah.
problem.
iMovie is, they make it so you can do that stuff, and it's not like the hardest thing in the world. It takes a little bit of learning, but yeah, for
I
the
feel
most
that
part,
way
you can
about
do it.
like Apple products in general. It's
Yeah.
just like so user friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. There's
On
like
both our
restrictions, like download whatever you want, you know, if it's not approved. But as far as like being user friendly, like I said, it's so good.
Yeah, so on both our pages, we've got these like live shows that we've done recently where I've like turned my living room into like a little performance space.
Yeah, those Instagram live videos are sweet.
Live
You
videos,
always
yeah.
got-
Green screen,
Yeah,
green screen.
I was trying
You
to
can go
figure out
anywhere
how to
and do
That's
anything.
the next level.
I know.
Yeah,
Like, how do you get good audio to go through Instagram Live? Because it was pretty solid.
It's not set up for that.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just like a test, you know, that's like video test, how to like set up cameras, you know, it's just like, because we never had to do that before,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's just like, you know, I guess selfish, or I don't know, it's like, we'll only go on stage and like, that's the only way you'll be able to see us live, you know, but now we're like, all right, I guess like, how do you set up a camera? It's like, what is lighting? It's like, why can't you see my face in the camera? It's just like, God, man. It's like I had the curtains all set up.
You're like, we do music, not video.
No, everything. Yeah.
you see, I feel like this is going to be a really interesting period of time to look back to, like in a few years, because like we're in the thick of it right now and you don't really think about it. But creatively, it's going to spurn the creative people to figure out all new ways to do things and really, you know, spurn a whole new wave of art that you wouldn't have really seen coming, but you know, the circumstances kind of force a certain creativity that comes through.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be more apps that come out too that are geared towards like getting people to like display their creativity and shit like that.
That's the thing, is like, you know, there's going to be so many things that are going to come out of this that you wouldn't have expected that would have come.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Apps,
seeing more of
things
like
like
a
that.
global communities, actually more connected more connecting.
Yeah, figuring out how to communicate with each other without actually being in person.
Virtual
doing
reality.
it over
Which seems weird. We were like kind of taking like advantage of it. I don't know. We weren't really like thinking about that before, but now since we're all kind of like in the same situation, it's like, oh yeah, remember how we all have cameras? You know, let's all just make movies and like. And so it's like, yeah, we already had all this stuff, but now it's like, all right, now it's like we can do it. It's like the only thing we can do.
Exactly. If this were like 50 years ago, you would have had to play your music through the phone to somebody else.
I know. Or I mean, it was just like, yeah, like come out and see us in person and like touch us.
Yeah,
You know, let us
exactly.
touch you. You know, that's like the whole vibe. You know, because it's like, yeah, actually, bass sounds better. You know, through speakers. You know, that's how like I went from like a snooty jazz guy and like a club like fiend. You know, one of my friends just like dragged me into a club and was like, you gotta press your face against this bass speaker to understand. So like, yeah, I'm like a snob for live. You know, I'm always like at heart, I'm a snob for live. That's why like I've shied away from like doing shoddy live shows. You know, no offense to like anybody doing shoddy live shows, but like for me, it's like if I'm not sending the people like crisp audio, you know, it's like I gotta figure out how to do it. So like releasing albums right now is the best way to like get all like the frequencies together and send people like something that's like nice and neat.
That's good. You have high standards.
Yeah.
That's
Sound quality is huge, you know.
Yeah.
I've done some shows where like, the person like just micing the show, she didn't know what it was. It's just like that's a horrible experience. You don't know whether the kids, you know, they can't hear each other talk or think. It's just like you can't hear the vocals.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So you guys have like the mindset of like, if we can't bring you our best, then we're not gonna do it.
We spend so much time like working, like perfecting shit. You know what I mean? Like we live for like live performances. We don't want to like shortchange people on
It
the
definitely
experience.
shows. It definitely shows in the music, you know.
Yeah.
With the quality and all of that.
Yeah, the sound quality definitely comes through. You see the attention to detail when you listen to this.
Like your voice with the instrumental is just like perfect. There's, you know, one's not higher than the other. Everything's got a great blend.
Yeah, I have friends in Nashville that are musicians, and I'll always go down there and we'll go to shows and stuff like that. And since I'm not regularly like producing music and things like that, I'll always be like, oh, that was cool. And they'll be like, yeah, but the sound could have been better in this way and that way. And they'll always be like sticklers about it. And you don't realize until you're like, oh, if that's what you do, like you're going to be super critical.
I think that's like the curse of a musician where like you get really good with your craft. And then to like someone that isn't as good as you at that, they hear you do something. They're like, "That's mad good. That sounds so good." And then in your head, you're like, "Nah, I could do better." You know?
Yeah, always looking for like higher quality. You know? Yeah, that's what keeps us good. You know what I mean? Not saying stagnant.
Definitely, that's why I like working with the engineers we've worked with, just to be able to like hand off like the work I've done. Like I'm done. All right, now just like hand it off to somebody like more experienced than me, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of shots,
Yeah, get a little feedback.
yeah.
Is that me
what's
or
going
you?
on?
It might have been me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Probably me.
We're good now. We back.
Just hurry up. Just hurry up.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
You gotta
Yeah.
give me a reason to stick around.
What's up, YouTube?
YouTube, how we living out there? YouTube land.
Yeah. We got our...
Yeah, so I guess we just played the whole Fight Back EP that we did during quarantine. So that was our quarantine album. We
Back,
just like, on July 4th weekend, we just got super wasted and just like woke up the next morning. We're like, we should put out a quarantine album, just like how we're feeling like right now. Yeah.
Because we had both gone to like a bunch of like protests and stuff.
Mhm.
Like the mood is
Right.
different. Like we've got an album that's coming up, but and like the mood called for something different, something new.
exactly.
The art. I reached out. I like went on Facebook and I typed in like dope artist, looking for a dope artist. All right, I've got an idea of what Wavy is gonna like, or what maybe I can like try to finesse into like a Wavy style, or just like do something different. Or
So this is the one you wrote while you were in Denver?
No, this is before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is like while this is like this is like the songs that happened after we stopped recording songs for our first album.
Mm-hmm.
This is this is the same year.
Yeah, same year.
So yeah, we dropped "Welcome to the Wave" in the summer, and we were like, all right,
we just kept the energy going.
Yeah, this shit got us in the paper.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
It has Times Union, another show. More accolades. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to pull you away from that, but you said that you had an album ready to go prior to Club Wavy that you had to put off. When could we like plan on seeing that? Can we?
Oh, some of it, yeah.
No. I mean, like, when is it gonna drop? Like, are you still gonna finish that? Or?
Yeah, definitely. We got multiple albums coming.
Also, if you want to play something, definitely after this track.
Yeah, we've always got a few things in the works. We're always like juggling a few different albums and ideas, and like finishing some, adding to others, as it and always creating, always making new stuff and adding and subtracting and shaving it away, and then just like one day it'll be like, okay, like let's stop and gather all the stuff we've done and see if we have an album. Or
Nice.
Turns out we have 4.
Yeah, turns out we only have 4 albums.
Well, yeah, I'm Reloaded. We got the B-sides to that. We got Summertime Kings. We got the Blue album, which we recorded in 2018, which I still want to release as is.
Yeah, we played a lot of it in at the live, quote unquote live show. We did this on my Instagram. So if you want to go and hear I think almost a full unreleased Wavy Mercy album is on that live show.
Yeah, we definitely left some tracks off.
Yeah, which like 5 minutes before we go on, Wavy's like, I want to do the Blue album. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Honestly, like,
load it up.
My feeling for that, whenever we could do live shows again, I want to record like a high quality like show of us doing the Blue album. And then that'll be the only way you can hear it. It's just a live version of it.
That'd be sick.
Wavy's weird like that. That's why I love working with Wavy. Like, I'm totally down. We just like, it's one live show and it's like on a tape and we leave it on the Hudson River somewhere. And it's like, if you get it, you get it. If not,
I guess you don't get to hear it. This is one of those tracks where you talk about where we got ambitious on this album. Like this is an ambitious track.
Yeah. So like I'm a club fiend. So like I like love house music, and so I'm just like I would do anything to just be like start making some house tracks. So I made like a house track and I sent it to Wavy and it's like, all right, I'm down with the vibe. Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, sometimes I make some stuff and I have no idea if Wavy's gonna mess with it or not.
See, that's how you start a new movement.
That's
you know,
right,
you definitely catch on to something, and then other people hear and they're like, "Wait a second, what's that?"
Right.
And then also down, for the challenge of making a rap house song in 2018, what that's going to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you can't name like many artists that are doing that.
Yeah, for sure. Mercy, you said you were a drummer in a funk band?
Yeah.
What's the name of your funk band?
The Purple Stuff, actually. The Purple Stuff. Yeah. Go on Instagram, check out the Purple Stuff. We actually got our second album is coming out soon. I'm mixing that right now.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Are you the...
Tear it down. It's good, yeah.
That's going to be cool. Yeah, we've got some really great... It's like disco. We've got I snuck in some disco tracks on there. I'm playing tambourine and claps, and I'm also engineering and mixing and remixing. So it's like funk dub kind of thing.
Now, is Wavy gonna ever collaborate with the Purple stuff? Is that something that could happen, or is that?
Oh,
He
yeah.
sent me one track. I lost it.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
happened, I think. Oh, it actually has happened before live only. So there are
Live only?
pictures of it.
There's a video on the Hudson somewhere
Yeah, a
hanging.
few of Wavy's flyers, I think, are like the Wavy Purple Stuff live collab.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we did it on my birthday because like randomly I always have a gig on my birthday, which is coming up soon, September 14th.
Oh, dude, that's my birthday. That's
Happy-
crazy.
Yeah, man, happy birthday,
Happy
Virgo
birthday,
season.
everybody.
So, yeah, I always have a gig on my birthday, so it's just I don't even forget when that gig was. It was some year during my birthday, and so Purple Stuff played at the Fuse Box, and I had Wavy come and spit some bars over some
Sick.
instrumentals.
I think I'm looking for the. I think I got a couple of fucking live recordings from that. We got like when we were planning out the session, when we were planning out the show, we had like a live session.
Uh-huh.
What's that beat time? Hey.
Yeah, I got the vault on my phone. Just recording.
I
Now-
like it.
How often do you back it up? Like if that like
Oh no, I pay for the Google Drive, so they better back that shit up forever.
This is
I
cool,
remember
right?
you had the one phone that when it shit the bed or whatever.
No, yeah, that was just lyrics. That was just like an
back.
error on my part. Like I write so much, you know. And I was just like my phone couldn't handle it. I did like some update on my phone and just deleted like hundreds of lyrics.
Yeah, we went out drinking that night.
Yeah, I was
Wavy's
fucked
like,
up for a while.
we gotta go out right now. I lost a lot of lyrics.
Yeah, I just hit my stride too. It was just some shit I was working on, you know, some personal shit. I wanted to record it and put it out. It was like some R&B shit. So many tracks like planned for it. Like I did like this Aaliyah cover and shit. I did like this like Nirvana rework and shit. It was just like I did like all crazy shit. Yeah, I haven't been back in that mode since. I've been just in straight kill mode, you know, just like
Rehearsed this, you just kind of got up there and just locked in.
yeah. This was in the basement. This is a rehearsal for a
Oh,
show.
okay.
This is like a rehearsal.
So this is like still the first time though.
yeah.
That's crazy.
How much people should go to local music and support your local musicians. Because in every city in America, you would hold up to anything, you know?
Well, now I think like a lot of it is now like what Mercy was saying is like the best way, because without venues, it's like how to bring that to people now, because there are so many creative people, like how to like transmit yourself to
This
everybody.
area is there's so much untapped potential
Yeah.
in every aspect. It's like there's artists, like painters,
For sure.
like musicians, like pianists,
Comic
singers, jazz singers.
My suggestion is for all the artists is to get hip on all the new technology.
Yeah.
Because really you can record a whole album on your phone, like Madlib, you know, who's like one of my biggest inspirations. Album on like the plane or whatever on his iPhone, you know, just because he's just so, you know, the thing you learn about being just like a musician or learning your craft is you can really use anything to like make music. And I feel like artists or musicians or any artists forget that you can make everything you got. So
For sure.
definitely,
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely look around. Yeah,
The boundaries are in your mind.
definitely
Yeah,
go do it.
Hamza's mad that this song isn't on WM4, and I've been listening to it lately. I'm just like, oh shit, maybe he's I'm about to play it right now. So
Oh my
unreleased.
I was gonna say
This is
too,
a
with that
B-side.
last track
This is
you're
a
doing.
B-side that could become an A-side. Brits on this one.
Is you with it? Is you with it?
Yeah, so I'm always trying to make like a something. I don't even know what it is. Like
Just
club.
wait for it.
Is you with it? Is you with it? Hey, ain't even heard where she said.
Boy, you say I'm on my mind. Feel my face.
She been trying to get in my head. You even heard the words she said.
Yeah, so this is just me on the synthesizers and drum machine. Synthesizers, drum machine. We got Brittany in here. With Brittany, it's funny. She never wants to like sing right on where the start is. She'll just start singing just like randomly throughout the whole song. So usually with her voice, I'll like chop it up and like move it around. So like her demos have like don't even sound anything like what the end product is gonna be. But Brittany is just like it's just like a living sampler. It's just like I said, just like Brittany, could you just start singing on this song, and then she'll just start singing. Like, and I don't sing, and you know you can do it. Like if I made a beat right now, and you know,
I would have the lyrics for it within like a half hour.
Really?
And that's facts. Mercy can attest to that. We've done woke up and did like 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back to Brittany though, like in terms of like just letting her go in the studio and like do her own thing. That's kind of how I did the album I dropped last year. My Time Is Important. It came together super last minute. Like I wanted to do some like rock star shit, just like go in the studio, just like get bars off, like as many tracks as I can, like within 3 days, and then put it out the next day. So like
a whole complete project.
Yeah. So I hit Brittany up. I'm like, yo, you down? Like she came to my crib. We rehearsed like once, and then she came through like for each of the 8. She came through 2 of the 3 recording days and laid vocals out of 7 out of the 8 tracks on the album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely comes off when you do stuff like that very much organic. Like, you know, in the moment, you wanted to capture that, like, that day, what you were doing and everything.
Yeah. In the moment as possible. Like, that's real music to me, you know what I mean? When it
for sure.
Like, you can listen to it, and it's like being in a time machine. I mean, like you could like picture that shit.
That's why I always tell people when people ask me for music recommendations and stuff like that, like you guys were saying, you're put out albums. I generally recommend albums instead of straight songs because a single song can be different within the context of an album. Like you can listen to it by itself and like it, but when you listen to it with the other songs that are on the album, it like takes on a different meaning kind of and sounds almost different.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Radiohead. Like
for sure.
They're one of my favorite bands. Like if not my favorite band for the sole reason. Think about like going to listen to Radiohead and just listening to one song, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna just pick a random song on like Kid A or something like that. You're gonna rub
just
the whole
listen to
shit.
Creep on repeat.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Especially more recently with like approach to their music and everything. Those songs definitely make more sense within the context of an album.
Right. We definitely hung out and definitely listened to a lot of Radiohead, smoking a ton of weed, listening to Radiohead and being like, okay, we can get kind of weird with this music.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we sampled Radiohead yet.
Oh yeah. That might be sacred ground that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts.
The gang.
Yeah, well, Radiohead, like that'd be one of those things. Like you'd have to do a song with to get like the full effect. You can't really sample it. Maybe like I don't know, national anthem or something. That'd be a raw. It's already been done too. I think Luca is crazy ass did that.
Tom York, if you're listening, we fuck with you heavy.
We do get regular feedback from Tom.
Yeah.
He's an avid listener.
Let us know when
Tom on the YouTube.
What's up, Tom?
I don't know about that, mate.
He winked at me with his good eye this one time.
Shit, you're fucking it up, man.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Interview done.
Tom York, Wavy Cunningham at gmail.com. Send me an email. You know,
Let's G up real quick. Let's do this.
I'll respond within 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. What album is this song from?
My Time is Important. This is me and Brittany. She was like doing the falsetto in the background.
Pull up on them niggas that think they tough.
Just killing
You
the
ain't
flow.
getting up. Hope he ain't strapped. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so I like took a nap one weekend and I woke up and Wavy's like, oh yeah, I wrote a whole nother album.
I was only asleep for an hour and a half.
What happened? Where was I?
You probably talking about the Art of War.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Dope.
That was it.
I love it. No, I love it when Wavy he's like, I got a whole other album. I'm like, all right.
There's levels to this shit, man. There's a lot to talk
true.
about. There's a lot to say. Shit changes on a day-to-day basis, you know. You gotta stay relevant.
Who are some artists that have come out with albums recently that you would recommend for listeners?
Cunningham, Mordecai. That's probably my favorite album. Like, ever. It's just like there's not like a lot of like lyrics on the album, but it's like the instruments on there.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking fresh.
So trippy. Tame Impala's new album's really good.
Yeah.
I listen to Jungle. I listen to Roddy Ricch. I listen to Currency all the time. You know this. He's probably one of my favorite rappers. I listen to Jay Electronica's new album. He's doing. Obviously, Future, anything he drops is absolute heat. New Internet Money album is really good. It's really it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I've just been listening to me.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in that world,
Yeah, exactly.
you got to dedicate yourself to it.
It's also Charlie Parker birthday weekend. Happy birthday, Charlie Parker.
Oh,
People out there, go listen to some Charlie Parker.
yeah, listen to some Charlie Parker. That'll do you good for sure.
Absolutely. You listen to some
Brittany.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, that was
The mysterious.
Yeah. Brittany's voice like comforts me. You know what I mean?
Try
Like, I need her
to
involved.
find out who
Right.
Brittany is. You won't. Ungoogleable.
Matter of fact, the whole album.
For now.
For now. Or who knows? I've been trying to think of like what the band would be called. Like Sunshine, Starlight, Wave. I don't know.
Brittany and the Jets.
Because it's getting pretty close to like the band coming off.
I just Googled Brittany, and it said Brittany is a cultural region of the west of France.
There you go.
So that's,
right.
you know,
That is it.
just about as much facts as we're going to get on that.
Capitalize the NY.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Brit NY.
That's good. I like that.
Now, as we're winding down here, we need some plugs. Like, where can we find all of everything? Like, what's your handle, person? On Instagram?
It's at one Mercy Mercy.
Wavy Cunningham. A lot of people like to throw the E in there. That's not how you spell Wavy.
Don't do
You
that.
can look it up. There's
That's
no
ridiculous.
E in this shit. Yeah. My name's not Davey or Avery. It's Wavy.
Wavy Mercy at wavymercy.bandcamp.com. That's where you can get the whole Wavy Mercy story as it unfolds in real time. It's got all the Wavy Mercy stuff.
All
Like
donations
the whole place.
appreciated.
Definitely.
Wavymercy.bandcamp.com.
Donation like donation.
That's right.
Did
Donations.
you hear that, YouTube? Send some donations in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of like finding our music, all our big albums are available everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, things of that nature.
Yeah.
New music video for What Up out right now on YouTube under Wavy Cunningham.
That shit's fire.
Wavy Cunningham is super Googleable.
Yeah.
Go Wavy Cunningham, Google that.
Yeah.
Go Wavy Cunningham albums.
I just had 3 articles come out.
Yeah.
Got 2 more coming out that I know about, at least. Yeah, like the wave is real. Thank you for
Yeah,
all the
thank you guys.
positive feedback.
Definitely.
I've had people hit me up and say that this is what someone told me that they hit me. I won't shout out their name like that, but they were like, this is I listened to the whole thing all the way Club Wavy, 14 tracks. I didn't skip one. This is the most enjoyable album I've listened to since Kendrick Lamar's dead. And like that is the only review that I've needed. Like I've just been gassed ever since that.
Yeah, you're definitely taking a lot more than a nap if you haven't heard of Wavy Mercy. Wavy Cunningham in general. There was Wavy Cunningham before DJ Mercy. There's DJ Mercy before Wavy Cunningham. We're doing our things. Together it's like, Voltron.
Exactly. Whenever we come together, like there's a shift in the culture, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
And our next project intends to do just that, I'm reloaded.
Can you give us do you have a time plan? Or like when do you plan on having the next one out? That already set, or is it kind of like open-ended?
Yeah, it's kind of open-ended right now, just like literally because of COVID. It's not really like in the back of our mind to like hit the streets, so we're kind of chilling. We got the Club Wavy. Everybody listen to Club Wavy, until we're ready for the next one. And then if
Wavy and Fight Back, like
Club Wavy, Fight Back.
18 track soul, should hold you over.
There's also a bunch of albums on the Spotify. Yeah, check out the old albums. Analyze the old albums. Let me know.
For all the official quality, you gotta go to wavymercy.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, you can download the waves and really get.
You mentioned it earlier, DJ, about like hearing it in the headphones, like getting the full effect, like
For
super
sure.
clean quality Bandcamp.
Yeah, do it. Definitely do yourself a favor and get like a nice pair of headphones or a nice pair of speakers and listen to it. Because I was telling them I had been listening to it work and it comes through much better. Like you feel the bass. It's definitely more of a vibe when you listen to it with good headphones for sure.
Absolutely. So we could get these clubs back open. That was my whole idea about. That's where because when I started writing like Club Wavy, that was like I didn't have like a name for it. Like when I was recording it, I was just like recording tracks and like kind of getting a feel for like what direction I was going for it. And like the idea for Club Wavy is just like to give people something to listen to make it feel like they're at like a big venue or something without actually being there, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
In the meantime, in between time,
Yeah, we both love live music. Like when we're chilling, we like show each other our favorite like live albums, So we're like we love live music so much. It's just like we make like this music is meant to be heard live. So it's kind of like, it is definitely a bummer. Not gonna lie. On the outside, it looks like we're like, loving life, but like it is a bummer. We would love to see the people. This music is meant for like playing in the club on with big speakers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we're definitely looking at all angles and tricks of the music out, and be there.
About it, Like, as soon as it starts popping back off, we'll be ready, and we'll be better than ever.
Right.
Nice.
No slacking over here. We're ready.
That's facts.
Well, thank you guys for coming down and
for the rally. We'll be there.
Thanks. That's facts.
I heard there was some kind of underground party happening on Halloween.
We're there. And support your
and
local
they're like
community.
somewhere. Just make sure you wear your mask.
Yeah.
It's a mask only party.
Mask only. Let's get it.
You seem to have a lot of information on this party.
There's no Mickey Mouse shit. Real.
Allegedly, there's a party happening.
Allegedly,
around in and around Halloween, like just stay tuned.
In my opinion, there might be a party happening. Allegedly.
In like the Albany area.
My hypothesis is that there might be a party around Halloween. Maybe on Halloween. Maybe not. Who knows?
With all due respect.
Just don't sue us, please. Just don't sue us. That's all we're asking.
We'll take it to a field if we have to. We got Sarah said incriminating. But
don't you even. All right.
Cuomo is watching this right now. He's gonna be knocking on the door any minute.
Fuck it, we'll just change location.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
In my opinion.
now, is there any special track that we should go out on? Something you want to leave them with?
Start with let's end with one of my favorites off of Club Wavy. Why not?
Yeah, everybody go out. Club Wavy out now. Out now.
Yeah, Club Wavy and Fight Back wherever you can get it. It definitely does deserve the accolades, like you were
I
talking
appreciate it,
about.
for
For
real.
sure.
Every streaming service, Napster, YouTube.
That's facts. It's on Napster.
It is on
I
Napster.
paid for it to be on Napster. It better
Kazaa.
be on that shit. I'm gonna check that shit. Get off this podcast.
Liar.
Dat
So Uncle Karen, real quick on tune.
We're still 100% on that Piff. Are we still 100% on
Oh yeah, let me check right now.
that? Check that out. We're on that Piff. If you're an old school hip hop, love the mixtapes. We're on there. Yeah, Wavy Cunningham's streaming service popping right now. There is like albums. Check it out. Thanks for
Yeah,
listening.
this song right here was supposed to be the original outro to Club Wavy. Then I ended up recording All We Need Is Love just because it was a song that was much needed. I felt like people needed to hear that song for sure.
Right.
Especially for me. And yes, it is still 100% on fucking on that Piff. Welcome to the Wave, our first album together.
Yeah.
Classic.
So got thousands of views, mad downloads.
Us next to Monster.
Let's get it. We're back popping.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thanks. And YouTube, we'll see you later.
True stoner like Wiz, everything last minute. To the roll up jerks and onion. Don't be passing me and that's a discussion. So this is different when you're addicted to someone. Connections get tested. It's got you pushing niggas. I'm the one who need to know, not vice versa. Don't test a nigga, blow I might hurt you. Nigga, fuck Corona. I've been sick since like Versa. Blowing up a clip with all these flows, I might murk you. Cadillac hearse you. Rest in peace of Al, pour some out the bottle. They took Kobe and Gianna, left Vanessa Hart.